Tigers and Nationals one more time. Maybe some momentum, 2-3-4.
Lane Thomas for Washington taking a strike. His statistics show no career ejections yet.
It's gonna let you know. I said, okay, here we go.
Lane Thomas takes a strike at the top of the zone. Let's actually go to 3D because Lane Thomas's zone is shorter than league average. It's still within the zone. Sidebar, because you asked last time, this is how a batter interferes with a runner on while still in the box by reaching out and touching a live ball. That's one way to do it. No runners here, though.
Strike three call.
There's the very definition of the outside corner. And again, need to skip to 3D because Thomas has a shorter zone, and we see that it is a strike.
And Lane Thomas is tossed.
Wait, what? I blinked and I missed it.
That's strike three, and that's a real unhappy Lane Thomas, John.
I guess there's a first time for everything, but why? What even happened? Let's look at the replay.
Maybe one of those 7 magic words super early in the game.
Well, there are about 10 standards for removal from the game, reasons that you would get thrown out. Let's see which of these we can identify was used in this situation.
Lane doesn't say that word, so we have a liar.
Fact check, we're going to see if Lane said anything or not, but as for standards for removal, let's go ahead and rule out everything except number 1. It's got to be something he said.
And he said he directed something at him with a bad word. Lane doesn't say that word, so we have a liar.
But he just said one of those magic words.
Surprise, the broadcast disagree on what happened, but we do have our answer. The umpire says that he ejected based on number 1. Profanity or vulgar insult directed at him. 2 questions. 1, did Lane say anything? 2, was it directed at the umpire?
I think that may be one of those 7 magic words.
Okay, so immediately after striking out, he does say something, so that part is true.
That is a young guy trying to make a name for himself. I'm tough here.
He did say something. I don't think it was directed at the umpire. Specifically, it looks like Thomas says MF, which is not exactly great, and the umpire can still eject based on vulgar personal insult if he feels it was that, but the umpire explains it as you directed it at me, or he directed it at me, which doesn't appear to be the case. To the best of my knowledge, here's the reconstruction. Thomas said MF. It did not appear to be directed at the umpire, was not a vulgar personal insult because it was not directed at the umpire. Thomas then looked at the umpire, who incorrectly assumed Thomas said it while he was looking at the umpire, which would make it directed and vulgar toward the umpire. This is an incorrect ejection based on a supposition of something that happened that, had it happened, would have been a correct ejection.
Larry Vanover, as Lane said to him, he's like, you know I never say anything like that to anybody.
In conclusion, the umpire thought something happened that didn't happen, and that's why this is a poor ejection.
That's just not right. It's just not right.
It would have been a great ejection for high school because they have 0 tolerance towards profanity there.
There's no repercussions for a guy like Emil Jimenez.
Well, Jimenez is a call-up umpire, so he's still on the minor league staff, not MLB, not full-time, not in the union. They're still evaluating whether they want to keep him, which means this will be on an umpire report that they will use regarding situation handling to determine if they want to keep him around.
He never said anything that's just bad. That makes me even more mad.